Hello and welcome to Camp Computing's second podcast for Season 1. So I'm Kai and Mitchell is joining me here. Hello, Mitchell.
Hello, Kai.
So today we are doing a operating system comparison, which I really like. So we're comparing 3 different operating systems. Linux, Ubuntu, the new Windows 8,
and the new Mac OS X 10.8.3. That is the latest version.
So, one thing I want to know, which one's better, Windows 8 or Mac? Just out of your opinion without doing this. Which one's better?
Probably Windows, because I haven't really used Mac in my life, so I'd probably
I
go
gotta
with
say,
Windows.
I love the new Windows UI. It's so cool.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get on to this, and as usual, we will have 5 criteria. The criteria today will be cost, phone use, how easy it is to use, how many programs there are for it, and how many machines it can run on. So, to the first one, cost. Obviously, Linux is free, so I think Linux wins there. And Mac OS X, it is free, but it only comes with a Mac or a MacBook Air or a MacBook
So
Mini
if
or
you've
whatever.
got a old version of a MacBook Pro and you're running, say, maybe OS X Mountain Lion or something like that, you can upgrade, but it will cost you around $150 to upgrade.
Okay, alright.
It will cost you over $100, I think. I'm not exactly sure.
Alright, so obviously Linux wins that one, so it's 1-0 to Linux. Now, on to the second criteria. We've got phone use. Well, Windows 8 has just started to introduce a lot of Windows phones using the Windows 8 UI. However, Mac OS X also has iOS, which is iPhones, and that ties in so neatly with Mac OS X.
But the only problem is they don't fit against each other, and Linux doesn't work with either of them. So I think we got to knock Linux out of this one here.
Well, Linux has, because we're talking about Ubuntu here, Canonical have just released an Ubuntu phone. Now, this is the slickest phone I've ever seen. It would be the best phone. It's just an awesome phone, and the UI is just so awesome. However, they only just started to release it, and it's not very popular, and they don't have most of the apps that you would normally use, such as Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all those apps on it. So I think that one has to go to Mac.
Yep.
Because they did make the iPhone.
Although, another thing you got to compare it with, do many people use Bluetooth anymore for transferring? Do many people use it? Like, if you think about it, if you're going to have a Mac, you're going to have an iPhone. Because that's one of the things you got to have. Like, you can do file transfer on Windows, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, through Bluetooth.
On Mac, I think it's possible, but it takes a little while to set up.
Yeah, or you could just use iCloud. Can you use iCloud for files?
No, you can't.
No? Okay.
Only for pages, but I was talking about, because you can't transfer things from a iPhone to a Mac or something like that with Bluetooth. It doesn't work that way.
Alright, so, but, yeah, Mac OS X, the iPhone was the first touch phone, so I really think this one should go to Mac. So, 1 to Linux, 1 to Mac, and none to Windows. Now, on to our third criteria, how easy it is to use. And I think probably Windows, because in the new Windows 8 UI, you've got all your apps, all your programs, all in one little... so you've got all your, applications, all in one big... how is it? It's like a big list that you can just scroll through. Mac, you've got your launch bar and your spotlight search. However, Mac needs a bit of getting used to, so if you just gave someone who had never used the computer before a computer, you would probably give them a Windows computer. And Linux is pretty easy to use. However, there are so many different Linux distributions, and it takes time to get used to every single one of them. So I think that one probably has to go to Windows. So it's 1-1-1. Everybody has got a point.
How many programs? This is a absolutely
Essential one.
This is essential because with Mac, their programs they can't set up their programs using a .exe file. That's what Windows is using.
Yeah.
But for Mac, it's called a .dmg.
Yeah, and Linux, you've got different files. You've got a .deb file for Debian. You've got... I'm not familiar with other ones. Oh, yes. Then you've got .gz, which is pretty much like their zip file of Windows. And you've also got other files for all the other ones, such as... I can't really think of any on top of my head, but they're, say Fedora or something. They're completely different files. So what's the next thing there, Kai? Oh, sorry, that criteria went to Windows.
So we go to how many machines can it run on?
Linux. I say Linux, definitely.
Why do you say this?
You can put Linux on any device.
Does that include
any
Mac?
device? Yes, you can put it on Mac or anything.
So
you can't put Mac on a Windows machine.
Yes, you can.
You can, but it costs a lot of money.
You can put Windows on a Mac computer.
Yes, you can, but you can't put Windows on a Linux computer for free.
No, but why would you want to put a Windows computer on a Linux?
Oh no, because some Linux computers...
there would be no point, because if Linux, because you're using Windows, why wouldn't you just free download it onto your hard drive and then partition part of your hard drive to use their boot code of Linux and the other half to use boot code of Windows?
Well, you see, I think here you can put anything on anything. However, Linux can be on there easily on anything. So,
how does it go into Mac then?
Mac, it's so easy. What you do is you create an SD card and you put that in your Mac, and then you go to the Mac terminal and you type in, can't remember what it was now, but you type in to make that SD card run the commands, and it automatically downloads any version of Linux you want to. So
that goes to Linux.
So
that, if my calculation's correct, Linux Ubuntu 2, Windows 8 2, Mac OS X 10.8.3 1.
So sorry Max, I think you might be a bit overrated.
Sorry Apple, you got to really make it a lot easier for people to understand how to use your products. That's all I'm gonna say.
And so Linux and Windows, I mean Linux has got pretty much the whole world of geeks coming behind it and making different operating systems. However, Windows has a whole team of professionals.
Yeah, like if you go back to one of our videos that we haven't posted up to YouTube yet, was a comparison of my iPhone 4S and your Samsung Galaxy S2.
Yeah, and the S2 one, because iPhone, the
layout,
system,
the layout has
been
the same since the iPhone came out, which was over 10 years ago. And that's like, if you look at every version of Android, it's different. It's always got a different it's always got something different about it.
Yeah, so thank you for listening to our second audio podcast from KM Computing.
Here on kmpodcast.webs.com
or on KM Computing Podcasts, our YouTube channel. And as I said again, Kai, it is kmpods.webs.
That's what I thought I said.
Alright. Okay, so thank you guys. And thank you for watching.
So see you guys. And stay tuned as many more podcasts will be coming ahead. See ya.
Thank you.